Good morning, Recast. Thanks for joining us again for our question of the day. It's Tuesday, April 7th, and we're continuing on in the book of Jude. We're going to be looking at our second example today. We started yesterday a series of 3 days in a row here where we're going to look at 3 examples that Jude gives of failures from the past in order to warn his readers about the danger involved in following false teachers and departing from God's truth. So yesterday we looked at the first example, and if you'll remember, they're not in chronological order, and I described that I think that's because Jude is trying to show us the starting point and ultimately the destination of someone who departs from God's truth. So yesterday we looked at the first example, which focused on the unbelief of the Israelites when they failed to believe that God was going to deliver them to the promised land. And today we're going to look at this account of the angels. Now, this is an interesting passage. There's a lot of confusion about it, and so we can really just take a few nuggets away from it. But a couple things you'll notice here. First, the angels are described as not staying in their own position of authority, but rather leaving their dwelling. Now, the angels have a purpose of praising and glorifying God and ministering ultimately to his people. And so, for some reason or another, this group of angels decided, hey, we're not going to do that. We're not going to stay within our realm of given authority. Rather, we are going to leave our proper abode, our proper dwelling, but it doesn't describe to us what it is that they went and did. There's not a lot of information here. Some people believe that these are the third of the angels that fell with Satan. I have trouble believing that because these angels are also described as being under eternal chains until the great white throne judgment, and we believe that the fallen angels are demons and ultimately are not chained up right now. And so I don't quite buy that interpretation, but it's hard to tell for sure. All we know is that these are angels who rebelled against God, and they rebelled against his revealed truth. And that is our warning today, is that we should not rebel against God and his truth. It's the second stop of a person who is fast on their way to totally departing from God's truth and being a slave to false teaching. So today's questions are going to revolve around that idea of rebellion. First, I would just like you in your group or your family, whoever you're with, to define what is rebellion against God. What's rebellion against God? And then once you as a group feel like you have a handle on that, I think it would be encouraging and to one another if you would share an example of a time when you rebelled against God. A time when you rebelled against God. And then share if there were any consequences to that. What did you find to be the consequences of rebelling against God? These are hard passages to think about, but in a sense, they are very good for us to come to face with realities that exist. And the realities are that if we rebel against God, there are consequences. But in his mercy and his grace, he is always there for us if we are willing to turn to him. So I hope this is an encouraging time for you with your family. We are continuing to pray for you, Recast, and we're hoping that we'll be able to see you within a few short weeks here. Thanks for joining us.